Alright, so before I get started, I'll introduce myself. My name is Dylan. I grew up in Florida. I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit of stories about when I was growing up. Funny things that happen, some bad things that happen. But today's story, we're gonna start with when I first caught my mom and my sister smoking weed, and they lied to me. And they convinced me they were smoking rose petals. Yeah. So, my mom and my sister were getting high together. My dad was at work. They were smoking some weed. And I walked in the room and I had asked them what that smell was, and they were high, so they didn't know. And they just kind of said something, and they told me they were smoking roses. And I believed them, so I had about a week or two went by. My sister has this boyfriend named Johnny. She's been dating for a hot minute, and he was over at our house, and so he called me in the room, and I go in there. My sister's not in there at the time. It's her room, and so I go in the room and I'm like, hey, what's up? And he lets me hit this pipe. He tells me, he asked me if I want to hit it. I want to try the roses. Roses. So I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, so I hit it twice before my sister gets back to the room. And as she's walking back in, I'm hitting it the same time. She snatches it out now. Looks at her boyfriend. She's only about 15 at the time. She wasn't even 15. She was like 13, actually. I was like 9 or 8 or 9. And so now Devon, she looked at him and she's like, why would you do that? And she looked at me and she goes, you can't come out of my room for a really long time. You gotta stay here with us for a while. So I'm like, okay, cool. So as the high starts to kick in, I'm just laughing at nothing, just sitting on the stool laughing my ass off. And my sister is freaking out. She don't want her parents to hear me in here. So finally, after I just said I was being loud, I was laughing. My sister sends me to the living room. She just told me to go lay down, go try and sleep that shit off. So I do. I didn't get caught. I went and fell asleep on my couch in the living room. So I wake up the next day and we had a rose bush in our backyard. So I decided I'm gonna do that again, but I'm not gonna ask. So I'm gonna go get some of the roses we have in the backyard because they're smoking roses. I got some rose bushes back here. Why would I go ask them for theirs? I just get my own. So I get some rose petals, and they done told me that they were dried out rose petals and stuff. So I take a pan from my kitchen. I lived in Florida. It's summertime, so I grab this pan and I crawl onto my roof. I put it on top of the roof of my house, and I go get some roses, and I like break them all apart, put them on the spray them across this pan, so they can dry out in the sun for a couple of days. And then I have my next problem. How am I supposed to smoke these roses? I don't have a pipe. Where am I gonna get one? So I inquire with the person that let me smoke the first time. I go to my sister's boyfriend, Johnny, and I ask him how I can get a pipe. He tells me, well, you can't get one, but I can show you how to make one if you want. So I'm like, well, yeah, that's what I'm trying. That's why I'm asking. Like, yeah, hook me up. Show me what's up. So he shows me how to make a pipe out of a can, like a soda can, with a push pin and just crushing making it into a square shape so that you can hold it and have like a flat surface on it to put stuff on. So he showed me, and so I didn't quite explain to him what I had going on at the time, but I was just telling him it was just like out of curiosity. I didn't tell him I had already done all this, got these shits dried up on top of the roof for a couple of days and everything. So I get me my can, go up behind my house and hiding off in this. We still have a power company with it had a giant field behind our house. So I went out there and I was hiding behind one of the sheds, and I made my little pipe and I went and got all my rose petals off the roof before I went out there and did it. So I had them all with me and everything. And I fucking stole a lighter from my sister. So I'm out there and I made my pipe, put my fucking roses on there, and I take my first hit, just I'm right on that can, just about the nastiest thing I'd ever tasted in my life. I was like, what the fuck? I did something wrong. I thought I did something wrong to the roses. I thought maybe, I left them in the sun too long and messed them up. I didn't know. I was like 9 years old. So I decide, well, think I know where my sister got her roses from because her and mom are smoking here. I know where they were smoking at. I'm gonna go look in the drawer over there. Behold, right there on the computer drawer. I open the middle drawer. There's a bag in there. I unrolled this bag, and surprise, surprise, their roses look nothing like my roses. Their roses are nugs. So I'm like, what the fuck? How'd they get the roses to look like? I'm so dumb. I'm just fucking still thinking this is wrong. So I take some of that, head back out to where I was at. I rolled her, put their stuff back up, and I go proceed to get high as fuck, smoking their roses, which was actually just weed. And so later on that day, I go and tell my sister, I'm like, hey man, so I don't know what I did wrong here, but like, I went and got, cause we got a rose bush out back, right? And so like, I went and stole a couple of them off of there, cause I know Papa don't like us messing with them, but I went and stole a couple of them off of there. And I dropped them on top of the roof so no one would see them and stuff. And Johnny told me how to make a can pipe, so like, you know, I did everything I needed to do, and I don't know, my roses didn't taste nothing like y'all's. I was like, and then I went and stole some from mom, and she's like, what? You stole some? You stole some what, mom? And so her roses, shit. And I was like, but I was like, why are hers green? Why? What's wrong? How'd you get them like that? What's up with that? And so my sister told me not to worry about it. She didn't even tell me. It just still left me in the dark. I still had no idea this was weed. So I'm just thinking I'm smoking fucking roses and shit. One day my neighbors, they're a little bit older, actually quite a bit older than me. There were some older redneck dudes, and they had smelled me smoking weed, and so like they had asked me, and so I was like, yeah, I got some. Yeah, y'all want to hit this roses? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, roses? And I'm like, my mom, you know, mom smoked roses and shit. And I was like, I just steal some of the roses. I was like, that's what this is. And they're like, bro, this ain't roses. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm like, this is marijuana. And I'm like, oh shit. So I go back and I asked my sister and my mom, and they're like, yeah, but you can't tell nobody about this. Like, and as an adult, I just think it's hilarious that somehow, I was convinced as a child that marijuana was actually rose petals, and I tried to dry them bitches out and smoke them, and it just did not work. So I went and stole some of my parents' what I thought was roses at the time, and it was just weed. So that's how my sister and my mom had convinced me that I was smoking roses until I finally one day went and smoked with my older neighbors, and they told me that, hey, yeah, no, this is what's going on. Now, here's the next good thing. Ready for this? Now, when I go over there with them, I smoked joints with them before, after a couple times going over, I smoked a joint, smoked a bowl, you know. Now, first time I see him rolling a blunt, I look at him. My neighbor, his name is Cody, so I'm gonna go, so I look at him, I'm like, man, what are you doing? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, why are you rolling the weed up in a toilet paper roll? Like, I thought he had the empty part of the toilet paper roll, the cardboard part, and he was rolling our weed up in it. Bruh, that man busted out laughing at me. He said, bruh, are you kidding me, right? And I'm like, no. I was like, I don't understand. So he shows me the wrapper and explains to me this is a cigar. This ain't no fucking toilet paper wrapper. What's wrong with you? And so I'm like, I just told him I knew what a blunt was. I'm just like, yeah, we smoked this whole blunt. Me and one of my friends I brought one of my friends over there with me, so I proceeded to get about as fucked up as a soup sandwich served on a paper plate, and yeah, that was my first time smoking a blunt. I thought we were smoking a toilet paper roll. Got about as fucked up as a soup sandwich served on a paper plate, and that was the beginning of my weed smoking journey. So let me know if you want to hear any more stories like this, and like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to hear more, because y'all will decide if I post any more of these or not.